The NFL season 2024 season's officially over. Bittersweet moment, but Super Bowl has come. Super Bowl has gone. It wasn't a great one. It was kind of over from the beginning, really, but really felt over pretty early on in the third quarter. Eagles win, which I assume most people were cheering for if you didn't have a dog in the fight, but I don't know. Maybe you wanted to see the three-peat. Who knows? But good to see Jalen Hurts get the championship. The Saquon Barkley get a championship. So despite what you think about the Eagles or whatever, at least they stopped the big bad Chiefs. So we are doing a Dynasty rookie mock draft in today's video. Hopefully we can get a full group of people mocking with us. I'm going to put the link to the mock here now so that people can start joining if you see it. And we do have landing spots for the draft. So we're playing in this world here. I'm going to pull that up and show you guys where people landed. Wow. You took Cooper DeJean for MVP. How much did you put on that, Brad? How much money did you put on that? Because I don't know, man. You could. He was pretty good. He was pretty good in that game. I mean, he probably needed. The crappy thing about MVP is like, one, it generally goes to quarterbacks, but two, like for a defensive player to win, you kind of need them to score multiple touchdowns. Basically, that's like one of the only way, or just like thing. And hopefully you guys can still hear me because it felt like my audio went out for a bit, but I think you can. Only let you put $10. Wow. That's a bummer. They don't want you to rob the bank. Easy $10 for Vegas. Yeah. And think about it. Like you could have put more. They could have had more. Like Hurts was good. He had three total touchdowns. And DeJean would have had to have had a couple more turnovers or another touchdown. I remember I put money on Aaron Donald to win it when the Rams won, and he definitely should have won, in my opinion. But he didn't get in there. Didn't win it, unfortunately. $10 on the Eagles to win, so that was nice. Yeah, I played in my brother, who you guys see on the show every now and then. Me and him and my dad, who you also see, and a bunch of other family and friends went in on the Super Bowl squares, which they do it at my sister-in-law's work. And it's like $100 a square. So it's $10,000 total. And so we hit the final score, which is just the leftover. So you get paid for every score change. You get paid a little bit more if your quarter ends on the score that you have. And we got the final score one, which is basically you get all that's left over that doesn't get paid out. So it was like $5,000 or something between 10 people. So it was like $500 each person, but still pretty nice little way. I've never win on those. So missed on my 4-leg parlay though. Needed touchdowns from. Yeah, I did some parlays and I had, a lot of, Chiefs, props, not the big ones, but a lot of Chiefs props. And it just did not hit because they weren't doing anything besides worthy. But we are doing a Dynasty rookie mock draft here. The link is in the chat here. I'm going to put it again. Join this mock draft if you want to mock draft with us. We have 6 more spots. 6 spots left. So hop in if you want to get in there. It will be a Dynasty Superflex. We'll do a tight end premium. Why not? So it'll be a 12-team Superflex. Yeah, hop in, Cheesehead. You can hop in there. There's still some spots open. So it's a 12-team Superflex PPR. Let's go 1 point tight end premium. So tight end's getting 2 per. And Cheeseheads, you said you traded Worthy Cook, and the 112 for Rice, the 111 and the 2026 first at the Super Bowl. Should I still feel good about Rice? Yeah, I think you should still feel good about Rice. The one thing I'll say about Rice is he might have a slow start to next year because of the injury. Although originally they said like it was like the worst injury you could have. Then it seemed like it wasn't as bad as it normally, is. And so, yeah, I think Rice is going to be awesome. He was on pace to be awesome this year. I mean, he was basically averaging like almost 100 yards and like a touchdown a game or something. So I think you're fine there. I'd take Rice over Worthy. I'd obviously take the 111 over the 112. Worthy, Cook, and the 112. James Cook, that is, right? Yeah. I think that's an interesting trade. Obviously, I'll take the 2026 first over the 112. So, it was a rare MCL. Yeah. So hopefully that's a good thing here. But let's get into some landing spots. We have 3 spots left. 3 spots left in the mock draft. Actually, let me share with you here. 3 spots left here. We have the number 1 pick, we have the 8th pick, and the 9 pick. So get in there, guys. We still have 3 spots left. Hop in there and draft with us. Again, link is right here if you want to join it. We are playing with landing spots. You can click on the link here to see the landing spots. I'm also going to show them to you right now before we get started. See if we can fill up the last couple of spots for our rookie draft in there. And here is the world we're playing in. This is the world we're playing in. These are the landing spots here. We have Cam Ward to the Titans, Shador Sanders to the Giants, Travis Hunter to the Patriots, Ted McMillan to the Panthers. See all that a lot. Tyler Warren to the Saints is kind of a new one for me. 9th overall. Ashton Gentry to the Cowboys, Loveland to the Broncos, Burden to the Steelers. We see all this a lot. Mecca Ibuka is going to the Raiders. To the Lions, 28th overall. Interesting. I don't know if I've seen that one yet. Omarion Hampton to the Raiders, early 2nd. Matthew Golden to the Saints. Caleb Johnson to the Bengals. That's an interesting one. Travion Henderson to the Broncos. Jackson Dart is a 2nd-round pick to the Steelers. Trey Harris is going to the Chargers in the middle of the 2nd, mid to end of the 2nd. Alec Iomanner is a Raven. Elijah Arroyo is an Eagle with the last pick there. Jalen Milroe to the Raiders, early 3rd. Quinshon Judkins to the Patriots. Isaiah Bond to the Raiders. Savion Williams to the Cowboys. Jaden Higgins to the Commanders. Harold Fannin Jr. is a Colt. Jack Besh is a Bengal. Mason Taylor is a Seahawk. Cam Scattaboo is a Steeler. Jalen Royal is a Bronco. Ollie Gordon is a Charger in the 3rd round. Gunnar Helm is a Jet. Quinn Ewers is a Brown. Dylan Sampson is a Viking. And Dylan Gabriel, first time I think I've seen Gabriel drafted in a mock draft in the first 3 rounds, is a Dolphin. So that's our world we are playing in. So yeah, and again, guys, if you're watching the video, hit the like button on it for us. I know basically all of you in here are subscribed already, but if you're not, hit the subscribe and hit the like button to get more eyes on this video here. So kind of some interesting landing spots here. I'm really curious about Caleb Johnson going to the Bengals and how we feel about that overall. I guess we can talk about that when he gets drafted here, but we still have 3 spots. I'll give it just another minute. I don't want to make the people in there already waiting, but we still have 3 spots available, guys. If anyone's watching that's not in this mock draft here, you can hop in. We still have the 1 spot. We still have the 8 and the 9. So let me make sure the draft settings are correct. We got a linear draft. We will do no computer auto pick, rookies only. We'll update that. We'll give us, we'll do a minute and a half. Gives me more time to talk, which I know everyone loves. But yeah, hop in there if you are, if you're not, still have 2 spots. Let me move myself down here. I figured it was loaded at running back, so I went and grabbed Rice. Yeah, Marvin Harrison, DJ Moore this offseason. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. But yeah, I mean, I see that we have 12 people watching, so there's still 3 spots left, guys. We're going to start it here in about a minute because I don't want to make everyone else in here waiting. So, but join. If not, I'll just make the picks for the computers here. And again, we are playing with landing spots. And again, it is a 12-team Superflex PPR 1-point tight end premium. So tight ends get 2 points per reception. And I see some familiar names in there. So I'm already getting excited. We got the combine coming up. We got, I don't know, for us Dynasty players, like the football season never really ends, you know? We got the combine in 2.5 weeks. We got a free agency a couple weeks after that. And then it's all about draft stuff. So I'm just going to get this started here. We'll see if we can do another one if we want more people. But obviously the 101, Ashton Genty, it's who it is. It's never going to change. And I have the 102, so look at that. I think I'm going to go somewhere a little bit different than I normally do at the 102 here. I think I'm going to go TreVeyon Henderson. TreVeyon Henderson being drafted by the Broncos. I think I'm going to go there and just see how that all plays out. And we got Tet McMillan going. Again, Tet McMillan is a Panther. Let me know in the chat, guys. Do you like Tet McMillan going to the Panthers or not a fan of that? Are you a fan of that one or not a fan? I mean, to me, the Panthers are a team with a bunch of wide receiver 2s and not enough wide receiver 1, or not a wide receiver 1. So I'm kind of interested what you guys think about Tet McMillan on the Panthers there. I guess it's if you believe in Bryce or not, right? That's where it really comes down to. We see Caleb Johnson go, Omarion Hampton go, which is good to see. Caleb Johnson, by the way, is a Bengal, which I want to talk about. I'll pause it at the end of the round and we can talk a little bit here. But Caleb Johnson went to the Bengals, and Omarion Hampton was the second running back taken, going to the Raiders, 37th overall. I like it. It drives Coker's value down a little bit. They play a similar role. Yeah, for sure. And Coker was nice. We had Quinshawn Judkins go here. So Tet McMillan went, Genty went, Caleb and TreVeyon, Quinshawn Judkins, and Luther Burden going to the Steelers. Interesting there. Quinshawn Judkins went to the Patriots, by the way, in this world that we're living in. You like Hampton at 5. Yeah, it's good value for Hampton. I'm telling you, man, there's good value. Keep saying it. There's good value. Like, I want to trade back if possible. I'm going to go back-to-back quarterbacks here, I believe. Cam Ward and Shador Sanders. So I don't think they should be falling really further than like the 108s, to be honest. 108, 109. And X-Ray here says Rip Lips likes room temperature beer. Hey man, beer is beer. All right. Now, if you prefer that, that's different. But if you just like it, it's okay. What's up, X-Ray? Welcome in. We got Boots the Cat here at the 110. And again, this is a tight end premium. Yeah, I was about to say, I probably should have taken Tyler Warren there, if we're being completely honest. I kind of forgot that I made, tight end premium my 1-point tight end premium there. So that was probably a miss. I maybe should have taken it either at the 8 or 9, but that's okay. We got Packrod on the clock here. Hey, I'm going to pause it at the end of the first round, get you guys' opinion on the best value pick. What's your favorite pick here? But man, again, I keep saying it, and you guys are probably getting annoyed. Watch me all the time hearing this, but I love the depth for a draft class that we were kind of not very excited about. I'm getting pretty excited about it. I mean, you're getting Colston Loveland. You're getting a first-round pick at the tight end position in a tight end premium league at the 112, right? So let me know what your guys' favorite pick here is. I'm curious in particular about what you guys think about Caleb Johnson. Yeah, we took Hunter, so we can talk about it. What do you guys think about Caleb Johnson going to the Bengals? Are you worried about that? Would you drop him a little bit? Are you just saying he's better than Chase Brown and he's going to replace Chase Brown? Is it going to be a 1A, 1B here? Yeah, I see a lot of the tight end values here. So I'm curious about your thoughts about Caleb Johnson. And if him going to the Bengals, because I see that a lot. I see Caleb Johnson. You don't like Johnson if he went to the Raiders. So in this mock draft, he didn't go to the Raiders. He went to the Bengals. He went to the Bengals. Yeah, perfect fit for Yap Austin. He's already he already is a burden. Yeah, X-rays coming out, man. I like it. I assume you guys are in the league together or friends or whatever. Terry, you assume it's a 1A, 1B for Caleb. Yeah. So then does that bring you, like, should we be taking Hampton and Judkins over him in this world? Right? Like, should Omarion Hampton, who's on the Raiders, probably the clear-cut number one guy, really is no 1B on the Raiders, and Judkins, who goes to the Patriots, maybe Judkins, you can argue, is a 1B here, but you're just not as high on him. That's fine. That's fine. Stick with your convictions, right? Like, if you believe in a guy, stick with it. Actually, I think I'd actually go Hampton over Johnson if we were doing this again. Yeah, that's fine, Brad. That's why we're mocking. That's why we're mocking. I wanted to, but I always take Hampton as my RB2, so I wanted to change it up and go Travion Henderson here. What about Luther Burden, guys? How are you feeling about Burden as a Steeler? Do you think he pairs well with Pickens? Because I kind of believe he does pair well with Pickens, to be honest. I think that's a good pairing. The problem is, who's their quarterback? Is it Fields? Is it a rookie? I mean, in this draft, I believe they do take. Yeah, they take Jackson Dart. So you might be having Jackson Dart throwing the ball. So you have a rookie second round pick, throwing the ball to Pickens and Luther Burden. Does that worry you? Or are you just saying, hey, I might not get much year one, but I know he's a talent and I'm taking the talent here. So I think that's an interesting one as well. Rodgers is going to be a Steeler. I have a hot take here. So you said Burden with Pickens with Rodgers throwing to them. Rodgers is washed. If Rodgers wasn't bad last year, just pure numbers, I think it was a little bit inflated a bit, but I have a hot take that Aaron Rodgers, that the 49ers are going to trade Brock Purdy. They're going to bring in Aaron Rodgers, and they're going to try and go all in this year because Shanahan wants that quarterback and just mortgage the future to try and get a Super Bowl. It's crazy. Probably not going to happen, but it's kind of fun to think about because, Shanahan and Rodgers are always linked together. So, and then the last guy to talk about here before we start the second round, Travis Hunter. You guys know my I know. It's ridiculous, right? It's ridiculous. But it's fun to throw out these kind of things that never happen. Right? I normally don't throw out hot takes just to throw them out, but I do have this weird feeling that Shanahan and the 49ers aren't 100% bought in on Purdy. They don't want to pay Purdy $50 million a year, which is basically what you're going to have to pay him. Yeah, right. And I hate that idea of the next quarterback, the next, starting quarterback that's been above average to get a contract is the highest paid guy. Right. I kind of hate that. I think it's just a stupid way to approach things. And I kind of get this feeling that the 49ers and Shanahan aren't completely bought in to Purdy and willing to pay him $50 million a year. So, but yeah, Travis Hunter, you guys know my opinion and you guys can leave your opinion. My opinion is we're not going to know what position he's going to play during our rookie drafts. And I think I would push him more towards the beginning to middle of the second round versus, taking him with the first round pick. That's just my opinion. Could be wrong there, but anyways, let's start this bad boy up and stop wasting your guys' time here. I'm going to go with, I'm just going to take the last first round player here. I'm going to go Emeka Egbuka. He goes to the Lions, which is interesting, but it's a good offense. it's a good offense, and like we'll see about what JMO's long term future here. And then I'm back up. I forgot that I'm back up here. Man, who do I want to take here? I'm just again. I'm gonna believe. Man, I hate the landing spot here, but I love this player a lot, so I'm just gonna go with the player that I really like. It's Matthew Golden. I'm a big Matthew Golden fan, but yeah, I'm gonna take Matthew Golden, and he goes to the Saints, 40th overall, which I don't love, but I like this. Yeah, skip Michaelis. How much gas do you think Geno still has in his Howell the air? I don't think Sam Howell's gonna be the guy to replace him. I don't know. Sam Howell is under contract for one more year. I don't know. I'd still roll with Geno. Like Geno wasn't terrible. It just like the Seahawks, because I drafted Geno as like in a redraft, one quarterback, and it was just like, man, there were so many things that went wrong, like snaps over their head in the red zone. It was just like the touchdown. He needs some positive touchdown regression for sure. So we got Team Punisher. Is that it? Team Punisher, punishment, something like that on the clock here. He might have left because of my ranting. Who knows? The roll, it's all right, man. We could maybe throw in another one potentially if there's enough people in here. We can potentially throw in another one here. We're just going to let the auto pick go here for Team Punish. It looks like it's going to take Milrow potentially here, and I might have to do it. I'm just going to take the next player on the board is Milrow. So, and then Brad is on the clock. Milrow, by the way, goes to the Raiders, 68th overall. So, yeah, I don't blame him, to be honest. I don't blame him. But do you guys not agree about like the 49ers? There's a couple of things I've seen. I see Dylan Sampson and Trey Harris go. A couple of things I've seen. Like one was preseason last year. They were leaving Purdy in like just a little bit longer than you would expect a team who seemingly has their number one quarterback. Like, I forget which week it was, which game it was, but they took out most of their other starters. And then they had Purdy playing with like the backups, and you're like, "What's going on here?" And then just like Shanahan seemed frustrated with Purdy at times. Like I don't know, I kind of get this feeling like they're not 100%. So is he worth? Like they went to the Super Bowl with Jimmy Garoppolo, the 49ers did. I kind of believe that. I kind of believe that Shanahan believes his system is more important than Brock Purdy, right? And so if he believes that, is it crazy to say, and we're not saying if he's right or wrong, but is it crazy to say then you're better off finding Purdy's replacement with a cheaper option versus paying Purdy $50 million a year, if you truly believe it's your system? So I don't know. Like I just kind of get that feeling that's what that's how he feels, Shanahan. But again, I'm probably completely wrong there. Jackson Dart, I'm going to take here at the 208. He goes 52nd overall the Steelers. And the fact is he's going to get at least a year. Will Levis got a year. Jackson Dart's going to get at least a year as a starter there. We do see Trey Harris, Ollie Gordon go. I know the role is in here. He loves Ollie Gordon. And I'm intrigued by him as well. I'll go ahead and take Elijah Arroyo as well in a tight end premium. I'll go ahead and take Elijah Arroyo, who goes to the Eagles, maybe the heir apparent to Goddard. Ollie Gordon, 86 overall to the Chargers. Hell yeah. Yeah. Jalen Royal was a nice pick there. I'll stop it after the second round, get you guys' opinion. What about Richardson holding on to him? Yes. I'm telling everyone to buy low on Anthony Richardson. Now, when I say low, I mean very, very low. Very low. Don't mortgage your future or whatever, because it's just all about if he hits. And there's very few guys in that range. If you go look at the guys that are ranked near Anthony Richardson. Very few guys that are that low, if they hit, like turn into like top 5 fantasy assets in terms of their points, their fantasy finish. So guys like, Tua, Darnold, Fields, Geno, Stafford, that's kind of the player that Anthony Richardson's that he's ranked around, right? And like if he hits, he's going to be awesome. Like he's going to be absolutely awesome. And he's going to win you potentially league. So I'm willing to buy low on him just because of the value there. So let me know, guys, in the second round, who's your favorite pick? We have Emeka Ibuka, who goes first round to the Lions, Matthew Golden, who goes to the Saints in the second round, Jalen Milroe, third round to the Raiders, Dylan Sampson, I love, goes to the Vikings. Man, I should have picked Sampson. I'm talking too much. Dylan Sampson goes to the Vikings in the third round. I love that spot. Trey Harris, who I know people are very high on, goes to the Chargers. Ollie Gordon goes to the Chargers as well in the third round. So back-to-back Chargers there. Devin Neal is did he get drafted here? He did not. Jackson Dart was a second-round pick to the Steelers. Elijah Arroyo, a second-round pick to the Eagles. Jalen Royals, another nice pick. It's to the Broncos. Alec Iomanner to the Ravens. Don't love that landing spot, but he's a good player. Jaden Higgins to the Commanders, which is an interesting pick as well. So let me know what pick you guys like there. I think that entire team was frustration. Yeah, he balled out this year, especially with all the injuries they had. Yeah, are you talking about Purdy there, John? Because I think I agree with you there. What about Richardson? But yeah, that's what I think about Richardson. 49ers couldn't get it to work with Lance. The 49ers better not mess this up. Yeah, if that's the mentality that Shanahan has, I would think that Trey Lance must have humbled. Maybe, possibly, right? I mean, you still need a quarterback that can make throws, that can throw the ball at the very least. But yeah, Purdy balled out. Rich is so young, man. He's still one of the young. He was like the youngest starting quarterback last year, right? I might be wrong about that, but yeah, let's just hope he turns it around. Hoping Higgins fell. Yeah, Higgins was a good pick. I think that Brady comes out of retirement and play for the 49ers is more likely than Shanahan getting. Yeah, I don't think he goes all in on the Rodgers thing. I think he really wants a damn Super Bowl, though. I'm very curious. Like, is Brock Purdy? It's an interesting conversation to say, like, is Brock Purdy really worth $50 million a year as a top tier quarterback? I'm going off names. Yeah, I don't think Brady is doing that. Dart might be a steal here. Yeah, I mean, you're going to get at least a year of a starter there, and that's valuable in a super flex. Let's start up this third round here. I'm going to go one of my favorite later round picks in Savion Williams. I just think he's really fun. Please, whoever drafts Savion Williams, please, Cowboys in this mock draft, Cowboys in the third round, please use him like Cordero Patterson. I beg you. Please use him like Cordero Patterson. Like, that's what he should be. Use him as a weapon, not as a not as a wide receiver on the outside. Ooh, I'm going to take another player that I really like is Jack Besh, who goes to the Bengals in the third round. So that's an interesting spot. With or without Higgins there, I think it's an interesting spot. Let's see if team punishment or punishers here. Yeah, no, for sure. But he could be like, I just want the guy to give me basically what Cordell Patterson should have been used his entire career. Maybe not as many carries, because Patterson was a full-on running back by the end of the last few years, right? But give him 5-6 carries a game, and then whatever he does as a receiver. So I don't know, man. I don't know if Schottenheimer is creative enough, but probably not. It's just why do you draft the guy if you're going to try and just like not be creative with them? Like, please. I hope he goes to like Rams, 49ers, team like that. Because I love the guy. He's super fun to watch. He's like an enigma though, for sure. I'll go ahead and make this pick here for Punisher because I don't think he is here. I'm just going to go Harold Fannin. who goes in the third round to the Colts. So not a great landing spot, but tight end premium potentially. So Cam Scattaboo, I like it. I like the spelling there. I'm not even sure. It looks right, but if you didn't look it up, that's a pretty good attempt at it. Sniped. Yeah. Sorry, Terry. Terry, are you teasing? Was that you? Or I know you're not Big Brad, right? Because Brad, we had. At least I don't think. No, yeah, Big Brad is just Big Brad. Yeah, he's right here. I was looking way up the chat. And, let me know if you guys want to do one more. I have time. I have to get off in 20, 30 minutes. But if you guys want to throw in one more, I'm down to do another one. We can change up the settings. You guys can let me know. We can do a one quarterback if you want. I don't know if you guys are in any one quarterback leagues. We can do point per carry stuff. Whatever you guys would like to do. The roll says, let's do another one. I've been seeing mocks with Howard to the Rams. I would love that. Yeah. Yeah. You're talking Will Howard there, right, John? You're talking Will Howard, right? My opinion on quarterbacks taken in the third round is they're probably not going to work. The only way I'm going to take a quarterback that's drafted in the third round, probably in a rookie draft, is if they run the ball, or if they go to a team that knows how to develop quarterbacks. So the Rams would be one of those teams. So, yeah. Then I wouldn't mind there. All your leagues are 0.25 per carry. Yeah, if all your leagues are 0.25 per carry, then like the first 6 picks should probably be running backs, to be honest. But we have a couple people saying they have to leave, so maybe we'll push the next mock until Wednesday night or something. We'll see here, unless there's a bunch of people that say they can join. Damian Martinez, I like it. I'm going to go DJ Giddens for Team 8 here. he doesn't get drafted in this mock draft. And then, man, I'm not an Isaiah Bond fan, but I guess there's like potential. Like if he puts it together, he could be very good. It's just there's just no production, man, no production, and that's very, very concerning. Very concerning there. Like you can throw out all the numbers you want: 40-yard time, vertical, yards per route run, whatever it is. The one commonality, I'm going to actually put this in the Discord for all you guys too. But the one commonality between people that are successful fantasy or, successful in the NFL / fantasy, the one common thing is just production, is your dominator rate. There's only been 2 or 3 guys since 2010 who've been receivers that have been successful in the NFL who have a career dominator under 20%. And career dominator for a wide receiver is what percentage of your team's receiving passing yards do you account for? There's only been two guys, I think, since 2010 who have hit in the NFL who don't have a dominator in college over 20%. And it's Waddle and Terry McLaurin. Those are the only 2 guys. Like everyone else hit. So like literally throw out all the numbers you want. If you don't produce, that's a big problem, as like obvious as that sounds. And that's my issue with Isaiah Bond. Like I think he has 2 games of over 100 yards in his career, 2 or 3 games. So we had Bashal Tootin, Restrepo go, Bond. Okay. Very good. Very, very good. I'll go ahead and take Tej Johnson here in the 4th round. And then for my team, let's go Brashard Smith. I kind of like Brashard Smith. I'm going to scout him here soon, but I like his receiving ability. I think can be pretty talented as a pass catcher. So once again, guys, if you're watching and you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Helps support the channel. If you have any Dynasty questions, leave it in the chat and I'll answer them for you. Trade questions, whatever. I'll give you my opinion at least. Hit the subscribe button if I just said that. Hit the like button, of course, on the video. If you want to get into future mock drafts with us live, we do this multiple times a week. Join our Discord is probably the best way to get in, just because joining our Discord is the best way to get in, just because I announce it in there and all of that. Or hit the bell. I forgot that Team Punishment is not here. Let's go someone a little fun here. Let's go Arunde. I think it's Arunde. Gadsden. He's kind of an interesting one there. 17 watching might be able to feel one. Yeah, let me know in the chat. I know a couple of people said like cheesehead and garlic bread. John said he had to go. If there's more of you right now that want to get into a rookie mock draft, just say yes in the comments, and we can start up another one for sure. If not, that's fine. We'll just talk, answer some questions. It's officially Dynasty season, so as we see James there go. They need to get – I don't know why they don't have Jalen Knoll in the database. He's a player that I really like, and they don't have him in the freaking database. Like, come on, Sleeper. I shouldn't talk. Sleeper's really good at putting these guys in the database, but he's not in there. And there's a couple guys in here like Jaden Ott, who's going back to school. Gunnar Helm's a pretty nice pick there. He goes to the Jets, so third round. I mean, that's a pretty solid pick there. A couple of tight ends, I think, could potentially go. Oh, Mason Taylor already went. I like the Mason Taylor pick by Rip Lips as well. You got both of them, Mason Taylor and Gunnar Helm. Dylan Gabriel goes. He goes. He does get drafted. He goes to the Dolphins. If he goes to a better team, maybe, but I don't mind taking a shot on him. Like the backup for the Dolphins has some value for sure. They don't have LaQuinn Allen either. Yeah, I agree. You can also just take a random player and just say, I would have taken LaQuinn Allen. I guess I'll go Jarquez Hunter here. Man, we're getting deep, aren't we? Jarquez Hunter here. And Pat Bryant is someone I'm going to be scouting soon. So I'm going to just throw him out there. Don't have a whole lot to say on him right now, but I'm going to be scouting him soon. So I just wanted to give him a heads up there. Traded the 107 and the 204 for A.J. Brown. I like it, Roll. I like it. I think that's a good pick there for sure. I think that is a good trade for you there. I mean, A.J. Brown is still awesome. Like for how little the Eagles threw the ball, it's still kind of impressive that A.J. Brown, they really funnel their offense through three guys essentially, which is obviously A.J. Brown, Devonta Smith, and Goddard when he's healthy. Like A.J. Brown was still the wide receiver. Where was he? I want to say he was like a top 10 receiver still. So let's see here. I'm going to pull it up and find it. And they don't have Trevor Etienne as well. Yeah, they don't have Trevor Etienne as Boots the Cat. We'll let it go to auto pick there. But I'm trying to find Fantasy Pros doesn't have it up right now. Let's see here. A.J. Brown in this league that I'm in finished as the wide receiver 18 in 2024. So, but anyways, for how little that they threw the ball, it was kind of impressive. How those two guys and Goddard played. So. And we see Evan Stewart go there. I think Stewart's going back to college, but that's fine. It's the end of the fourth round, and they need to kind of update all that stuff anyways. but Stewart going back to Oregon there. And so, yeah, we're probably going to Stewart. Yeah, I think Stewart was going back to college. Unless I'm mistaking there. He's bypassing the 2025 draft. So he's an interesting player there for sure, though, for next year. Will Howard. He's getting some hype. I saw a mock draft where he went second round, and I thought that was interesting. Yeah, it's hard to keep track of all of them. There's so many, so many in there, and we can't keep track of all of them. But yeah, right. 12 team, easy best mock. Loveland is a great pick, tight end premium. Jaden Higgins, I like it. Quinn Ewers, who he got drafted, right, to the Browns. So he probably gets a shot there. And Will Howard, yeah, that's a pretty good draft there. Pretty good draft there for sure. I'm trying to see other ones here. I feel like I did terribly, although I do like the Besh pick in round 3. I like Rip Lip's picks here, and Judkins and Gordon, and then the 2 tight ends that got drafted. That's pretty good there. Brad with the 4 running backs, or 3 of them that I really like. Jordan James, not sure how I feel about him at the moment. Omarion Hampton, Trey Harris. What do you guys? Last question here as we finish up. Trey Harris. I know some of you got to go and all of that, but Trey Harris. What are your guys' opinion? Because his yards per route run number is insane, right? Like it's absolutely insane. It's over 5, I think, and I think against man, it's like over like 8 or 7 or something. Do you guys attribute that more to the offense that he was on? Like, how are we feeling overall with Trey Harris? Because I have some people that say like the guy needs to go in the first round. The role, you like him. Because of the yards per route run, or what you see on film, and or more of the statistical stuff. The role, because like what I see on film, I kind of see like a Christian Watson, in terms of like the how he wins and the play style, and just like if it all comes together, he could be awesome. But I'm worried about it all coming together. I guess that's my worry there with him. But he obviously played he had more competition. Played at a higher competition. DK Light, yeah, or you can say Jonathan Mingo Light, right? That's the other side of it. Yeah, Jonathan Mingo Lights, and so I don't know. It's hard to evaluate some offenses. Ole Miss is one of those, just because they put up video game numbers, right? They put up absolutely video game numbers. Although I don't think Mingo put up anything close to what Trey Harris was doing this year. I mean, Trey Harris had 1,000 yards in 8 games, which is insane, right? I think Mingo's best year was like 800 yards or something. They had 2 good statistical seasons, so I'm comfortable with Trey Harris. That's good. Good to know. Smaller DK Metcalf, yeah. We got people in here saying DK Light. So then should he be going, because every mock draft I see about Trey Harris is that he's going late first, early to mid second. So if he gets that draft capital, is he a first round DK Metcalf? First round DK Metcalf. First round, I'm saying what I'm reading. First round rookie pick? Should he be a late first round rookie pick? I mean, if we think he's going to be like DK Light, I don't know. I'm just not quite there with him personally, but I've been wrong many times before, obviously. So, but yeah, he's an interesting one, and again, hard to evaluate and stuff like that. What is his official weight? Depends on landing spot. I don't know if we got an official weight from him yet, because I see 210 to 215, right? 210 to 215 is what I'm seeing. So obviously, like someone like Metcalf's a little bit much bigger than that, right? If I had a late round pick, I could take a shot. Yeah, depends on landing spot for sure. This is this year if that's the case, but second for sure. Yeah. Yeah, it does depend on landing spot because there are some teams that are drafting in that early second where you really don't want to see him go, right? Like I don't want to see him go to probably the Raiders. I don't really want to see him go to the Bears. I don't want to see him go to the Saints because they can't even support Olave. I don't really want to see him go to the Jets. Maybe Cowboys is a nice one. Don't want to see the Colts. So, yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. He's an interesting prospect for sure. Would you take him over Hunter, Travis Hunter? That's an interesting one. Assuming we don't know what Hunter's going to do. I'd probably take the shot on Hunter, to be honest. 6'3", 210. Yeah, so he's not quite Metcalf size, right? Even Mingo was a little bit bigger, right? I think Mingo was like 220 or something, I want to say. So he's like a slight Metcalf. I don't know. He's an interesting one to talk about for sure. Obviously, Travis Hunter, the Tyler Warren versus Loveland debate. Yeah, Metcalf's a monster. 225, 230, maybe 235. Yeah, he's a monster. I mean, AJ Brown as well was on that team, and you know, he's a monster too. He's another guy that's 225, 230. So yeah, like Trey Harris is a one that's really hard for me to evaluate. Obviously, Savion Williams. There was another one. I'm forgetting who. I can't remember, but I guess we'll have to see. We got the combine in 2.5 weeks, so I think it starts like the 27th or something like that. So it comes at you fast. But any other questions, guys? Probably be taking off here in about 5 minutes if there's no other ones. But if you're watching on replay, make sure to hit the like button and join our Discord, which again I'm leaving in the chat. Especially if you want to join live for the next ones. We'll be live again Wednesday evening. Not sure if we're going to do just a team review or a rookie draft. Maybe if we have enough people in there, we can do both. We are going to be doing some startup mock drafts as well. We're also going to be putting together listener leagues, as you guys know. So we're going to set that up probably in March, start setting that up. We'll do some Dynasty startups and all that stuff. So, and we'll do multiple leagues if we can fill multiple leagues. I think right now we're probably good for one, but if we can get multiple in there, we will for sure. Yeah, Terry, fire away. Just let me know the how many starters you have, how many teams in the league, you know, any special settings outside of, you know, half or full PPR, all that fun stuff. So yeah, let me know what that trade question is. And Terry, are you in the chat with us or in the Discord with us? Because if you're not, you should get in there. There's always trades being posted. Feels like almost daily. We should take Jefferson for Mike Evans, ETN, 111, 2026 first, 2026 second. Oof. Terry, really, really important how many you're starting here. No problem, James. We are coming to an end, James, but I'm glad you stopped in. There will be other mock drafts. Don't you worry about that. And when I get more people on here with me, it'll be easier. So it's a 12-team, 1-point tight end premium, start 10. Man, I would probably want more if I have Jefferson. I know you're kind of getting 3 first-round picks, right? Like if you consider Mike Evans a first-round pick, which in season he might be right now, I don't think he is. Or maybe he is, I don't know. Like he's kind of like right on that border type of thing, right? Because you're always worried about, you know, the age. So like you want to see him produce. When we see him producing next year, he's worth a first-round pick. But you're getting kind of like a weird year asset in Evans. You're getting a late first, the 111, which is as late as you can get besides the 112, 2026 first. If you told me that 2026 first could be a top 3 pick, top 4 pick, I might take it. But if it's truly random, then I'm just going to keep Jefferson or trade for Jefferson potentially in that, because you're not playing in a super deep league. You're not shallow as well. 12 teams start 10s right in the middle. If this was a deeper league, 12 teams start 11, 12, or 14 teams, I would probably take all the assets. But in this type of, I can't speak. In this type of format, you still kind of need 3 to 4 S-tier hammer pieces to kind of win, and you're not really getting one back there. Maybe Evans. Is like that S-tier piece for 2025, but it's still up in the air whether he's not. So I think I'm gonna go for Jefferson, even though it seems like an overpay, but I don't think it is. Nice, Terry. Nice. Cade, what's up? What's up, man? As I'm choking here. What's the most you pay to upgrade from Worthy to London? I don't think I would go more than an early second. I don't think I want to do a first round pick, because you look at Xavier Worthy's numbers from when he started to take off, and they're pretty insane, including the playoffs, right? Including the playoffs. So, like, if you see Worthy, I'm going to share with you guys here. Okay, Terry, nice. I still don't know everyone's names, Discord names, and all that. But if you see here, Xavier Worthy, this is his game log, including the playoffs. They're not showing the Super Bowl there, which is kind of weird. Usually they show that, but even so, it was right around here, November 17th. So from November 17th to the end of the season, he was on a seven game, which is 7 games total, right? You start doing the math here. He was getting 5.5 catches a game, which would be 95 catches in a season. His yardage was definitely down. His yardage wasn't great, his receiving yards, but it was still 56 yards a game, so 950 yards. Plus, you have to throw in, he was getting about 10 yards per game rushing as well, right? So you throw in another 160, 70 yards, on the ground, and then the 4 total touchdowns in 7 games. And his pace was crazy. His overall season doesn't look as impressive, but when you look at it from right around November, which, by the way, is when they brought in Hopkins. Hopkins was getting going. Juju started to get there. So, like, some pressure was being taken off of Worthy. He was on pace for like 1,200 yards total, including rushing, 10 touchdowns, 95 catches. And I'm not too worried about Rashee Rice. I'm not super worried about Rashee Rice as well. So I don't want to spend too much to upgrade to London. I really don't. Because I think Worthy, and honestly, we didn't even unlock what we all thought Worthy was going to be. He wasn't really that this year, and that was the deep passes. Now, he started to do that in the playoffs. He started to really, be that deep threat in the playoffs. And we saw it yesterday kind of in garbage time, but we still saw it. So I think Worthy, I don't think there's a world where Worthy is not too far off from London, right? Even if Rashee Rice is there. So you were offered London for Worthy in a 2026 mid to late first and Kamara. Yeah, that's too much. That's too much, Cade. I don't think I would do. I'd be okay with an early second in this year or a second next year. I don't want to give up a first and Worthy to get to London, because I'm not convinced London is much better than a low-end wide receiver 1, which is still great. But I think Worthy can kind of be right there as a top 17 guy. And again, I'm not too worried about Rashee Rice. I think it's actually better for Worthy to have someone like Rice. So I think that's too much, Cade. Would you move T-Law, Keon for 2027 first and Kamara? In a super flex, Marvin? Is that a super flex there? Let me know if it is, because if it is, I'm going to keep T-Law. If it's a one quarterback, then I'm fine with it. There's still, to me, T-Law still has, maybe I just, super flex. I'm keeping that. I'm not a big Keon Coleman fan, so I'll start off. So it's T-Law and Keon for 2027 first and Kamara. Yeah, I'm keeping T-Law. To me, T-Law, I don't want to sell him for one first. I don't think you can get much more for him, but I don't want to sell him for that because if he has a good season, he's going to be worth multiple firsts pretty easily. So like his possibility to be worth 2+ firsts is pretty easy, and he's just not worth that right now. So I'm gonna keep the T-Law Keon side, even though I'm not the biggest Keon Coleman fan. Ramondre Stevenson or 2 2026 thirds. I would be fine with the 2 thirds. I'm not excited about it, but I do think there's a chance that Stevenson is not Vrabel's guy, and he brings in a replacement in this deep running back class. So I'm just double checking. Yeah, they still have to pay Stevenson, but it's not a crazy like dead cap. It's $6 and $3 million. So they'll probably keep him, but he could just get replaced pretty easily. So I think you're kind of cashing out on about all you can for Stevenson, and I guess I'm okay with it. If you want to cash out on him, for sure. Would you move James Coker in a third for 2027 first, Etienne and Algier? So would you move James Coker in a third for 2027 first? I would want the James Cook side. Give me Cook over the 2027 first. Cook's in that area where he's worth a little bit more than like he's worth like a mid to late first. Or a random first plus something else. Coker versus like Etienne. I'd probably lean Etienne just because I think he has more potential to be, a difference maker fantasy wise. But it's not that big of a difference. And then third in Algier, that's probably like what Algier's worth. Maybe he's worth a little bit less. Maybe he's worth a third for the Bijan. So I think Cook is the best piece in that trade. So I'm just going to lean taking the best piece there. So, but yeah, any other questions, let me know, or else we will be finishing up here. We are 10 subscribers away from 1,100. So that would be awesome if we got there this week to get to 1,100 subscribers. So if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button for us. If you want to join our Discord, you can ask all the trade questions you want in there. And me or a lot of smart people in the community will help you answer questions there. You'll also get alerted to when we go live. And you can join us for live rookie mock drafts and also get into some leagues. We're going to set up some leagues together. So join our Discord. But we will be back Wednesday evening, probably 9:30 Eastern time. It's a little bit later. But appreciate everyone. And, enjoy the off season and enjoy we have a couple weeks break if you want to take it until the combine. So appreciate everyone, and we'll see you all in the next video.